Well, hello boys and girls. Another day, another daily read aloud. And so I'm here with you on this beautiful but slightly cold Monday morning for our 20th something. I think it's like 21st or 22nd daily read aloud, which is pretty exciting. So here I am. I've picked out a new book for you guys, another Caldecott winner. But I also noticed that like today is like a new day of distance learning, and I've seen a lot of parents and a lot of kids coming on and contacting me, letting me know how it's going, and I'm so happy that we're all using Flipgrid. I can't wait to see your responses tomorrow on the Wonders Read Aloud we did today, and I can't wait to see how the rest of this week goes with some new stuff that we're adding into our distance learning. So keep up the great work. I know it can be stressful. I know it can be overwhelming at times, but you guys are rock stars. Absolute rock stars. Killing it. Can't believe how great you are. So keep up the good work. Which brings me to our story today. So our story for today is called The Adventures of Beekle. Some of you guys might know this story. I've never read it to my class before. However, I know it's a story that you guys are just going to love. So the story is called The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. I believe we read a book by Dan Santat before, but I do love this story because I think it's cute. It's cute, it's silly, and I think you guys are going to love it too. And I think, like, even look at Beekle. I just think he's so cute. He kind of looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy, but he also kind of looks like Big Hero 6, right? Like the little white robot. So let's see what Beekle, the unimaginary friend, is up to. He was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly awaiting to be imagined by a real child. So, for those of you who may not know, and some of you who may have had imaginary friends are someone who's not really there, but they're someone that you call your friend, right? They're a pretend friend. So we're going to learn a little bit about Beekle. Every night he stood under the stars, hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and given a special name. He waited for many nights. So there he is, sitting with all these other imaginary friends, and it looks like some are getting chosen, and it kind of looks like they're getting beamed up like by a spaceship to go be with a child and be their new friend, and then you have all these other ones that are kind of sitting and waiting until it's their turn. But his turn never came. Look at poor Beekle. He's so sad. He's on the beach making sandcastles by himself in a little hermit crab. That's a bummer. Must feel pretty lonely. His mind filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friend from imagining him. So rather than waiting, he did the unimaginable. So this is something that nobody could have predicted, no one saw coming. I wonder what he did. There's Beekle. He's on a little boat, sailing in these beautiful, I love the pictures in this book. The beautifully, they almost look like clouds. He's sailing on yellow clouds, and this beautiful dragon is popping out of the water. Or sky, I'm not really sure where he's sailing. He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things, but thinking about his friend gave him the courage to journey on. So there's his boat. It's on top of a big whale. It's a little baby whale, which is still pretty big. So he's going through all sorts of places to get to his friend, until he reached the real world. This itty bitty boat amongst all the city and other boats in the harbor. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake. No one stopped to hear the music. And everyone needed nap time. So those are just people going about their daily lives, right? Going to restaurants and eating, maybe taking the subway. And once they're on the subway, if they had a long day at work, maybe taking a little snooze. Then he finally saw something familiar. So he followed. And if you look, Beekle's very small. So all you see are people's feet, maybe a little dog, but then a little tail. And as far as I'm aware, I don't know any animals that look like that. So I think maybe he spotted another imaginary friend. He had a good feeling about this place. But he looked everywhere. He could not find his friend. So you see all the other little kids with all their friends, their imaginary friends, hanging out, doing some cool stuff. And then there's just Beekle kind of wandering around, not really sure where to go. He climbed to the top of a tree and looked out, wishing and hoping his friend would come. There he is, climbing on up. But no one came. All the kids left. And now there's just Beekle stuck at the top of the tree all by himself. Like I said, this poor guy, he must be very lonely. He thought about how far he'd come and how long he waited. And he felt very sad. Then he heard a noise below. Hello! I wonder who that is. I wonder. Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that just felt right. It looks like she drew that beautiful tray, except she made all the leaves into beautiful stars. And she even drew a picture of Beekle in her. How did she know about Beekle? At first, they weren't sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend before. But after a little while, they realized they were perfect for each other. They kind of giggling, talking, acting a little shy. Finally, the little girl goes, Alice. And he kind of looks at her, and she goes, Beekle. So I'm guessing she was introducing herself. So I'm Alice, and you're Beekle. I'm Beekle. Hi, Beekle. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. They told funny jokes. I guess Alice likes to do arts and crafts. She's got all these different scissors and cutouts of it looks like those are star leaves. And then she has colored pencils, lots of paper. Beekle's enjoying his time with her, getting drawn. The world began to feel a little less strange. So even Alice, who, like she said, she never really made a friend before, besides Beekle, started to make new friends. So she's doing all this beautiful art, and it looks like this little boy maybe wants to be her friend now, is interested in her, seeing her artistry. And it looks like Beekle found his imaginary friend. So maybe a lot of kids who have imaginary friends, maybe that's a way for them to learn how to make friends, and so then they make friends with other kids. Looks like Beekle's happy to see the other friend. And together they did the unimaginable. Look at that. They now have so many new friends, both real kids and imaginary friends, which I'm sure makes them all feel very good and warm inside. The end. So, I love Beekle because I think it's important, especially in this time that we're in right now where we don't get to see our friends very often, that we remember that they're still there, right? They may not be in front of us, they may not be right beside us or going down the slide with us or running in the play yard with us, but they're still there, right? They're just with their families and we're with ours. So I think one of the great things that we can learn from a story is to continue to stay in touch with our friends, doing anything and everything we can to let them know we care, we're still around, and we're still very much concerned about them and worried about them. So for your daily book challenge, I'm going to suggest that you reach out to a friend. I know some of you guys have gotten together on Zoom or have talked on the phone or have even maybe met up while going on walks just to pass by and say hi. So what I'm going to suggest is doing something along those lines where you're keeping your social distancing with your 6 feet apart, but also making sure that you're showing each other you care, right? I love the idea of video calls. I love the idea of regular phone calls, writing a letter to someone in the mail. Any of those things is a great way to show that you truly care about a friend and that you miss them. So reach out to a friend on behalf of Beekle, and I hope you enjoyed the story today, and I'll have a new one for you guys tomorrow. Okay? So have a great one. Let's keep reading together, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!